All right, so for the first time in 8 years, I actually experienced death wobble in my 99 Ram. It wasn't my towing or anything like that. It was just basically I was cruising around, I hit a bump, and it sent to a death wobble. I've had this for 8 years, and I've never had to replace anything suspension. The only thing I've ever done to it was actually grease the bushings and all that stuff underneath, oil change, fuel filter, just basic maintenance stuff, but none of the bushings or anything like that have ever gone bad. So I experienced the death wobble, and I was like, shit. But it only happened once, and it was the violent type. Like back when I used to own a Jeep, that's what it felt like. It was, the whole dash is shaking. You couldn't control the steering wheel. Had to slow down. I was only going like 35 when it happened, so it wasn't too big of a deal. But I had to do regular maintenance anyway on this thing, oil change and fuel filter, because I'm about to do a 10-hour tow trip for my next job. So let me show you what I found just by changing the oil. I do a once over on everything, but when I do an oil change, because you're underneath the truck anyway, might as well look at everything. And here is what I found. So the lower control arms, I noticed on the driver's side front, it was actually sticking out, that broken piece of rubber. So it's totally shot. And then the other side front didn't look much better, cracked, broken, all the same. So, but I noticed that sticking out, so I was like, most likely that's the case. That's probably why I have death wobble. So I went ahead, swapped them out, put a new set of lower control arms on. I did both sides because, of course, it's one of those things when you do it, you don't just do one side, you do both. So the front has brand new control arms, Moog, and I took it and got alignment after, so 100% perfect again. So if you are experiencing some kind of death wobble with your second gen Ram, just take a peek underneath, look at your control arm bushings. I know in Jeeps typically it takes a lot more fucking diagnosing to figure out what's actually wrong. I got really lucky on this that it was that obvious. Like I said, I was just changing the oil underneath the truck, and I looked at it, just did a quick inspection, and noticed that the bushing was sticking out, torn, of course. So, like I said, it's not always that easy, but it's simple. It's a simple thing to do. If you do experience death wobble in your second gen, just take a look underneath and see if it's anything visible that you can actually see. Because trust me, if they're shot, you'll start getting it. And like I said, first time in 8 years that I've had to touch anything on this front end. I put a shitload of miles on this thing, towed a lot with it. And I'm talking heavy towing, not I got a little Tractor Supply trailer. Like I towed 10,000, 12,000, 14,000 pound trailers, a 14,000 pound RV. So these are issues that you don't want to have. So I hope this helps somebody. If it does, please let me know. If you experienced it before and you found other things, drop it below so maybe it'll help the next person.